Welcome to the sixth installment of my 10 questions interview series. Today's interview is with Drewfire, a YouTuber and pixel artist.
Oh, what's poppin', gamers? What's going on?
Oh yeah, he's been in a couple of my videos before. Maybe.
Such notable ones as edit them on screen now.
You're making more work for me.
Yeah. Quickly, I want a picture of Bernie Sanders riding Godzilla, and I want him like dashing across the screen. Anyways, continuing on.
I hate you. So my first question for you is, why did you private all your old videos? I was looking back and I'm like, I could get like tons of questions based off like old series that you did, and then all your videos are gone.
They are all entirely gone. Okay, well, so there's actually the reason they're all privated. The reason has evolved over time. So it initially happened back in, I think it was like early December 2019. But you probably heard about the whole COPPA stuff and whatever, and the big fines they were promising for really not good justified reasons. Especially on people who weren't even making money off the platform. So I was just kind of like, yeah, I enjoy doing YouTube, but it's also not worth getting fined over. So that was the reason I initially privated them, because I wanted to kind of see where the whole COPPA thing went.
Nowhere.
Well, exactly. And then just kind of like as time went on, I would unprivate them. But I kind of just didn't unprivate them, and as time went on, I just finally decided that, hey, you know what? Maybe it's time for like another hard reset of my channel. Well, it's not a hard reset. I'm not gonna like come back with another video like, I'm back, guys, and I'm gonna make videos again. No, if I'm gonna make another video, I'll probably just upload a video that's on something or other. But like, I just wanted to kind of put away my older videos, because there's a lot of ones in there that I'm not entirely happy with. Like, that was kind of an era where I promised myself I put a lot more care and work into my videos, which technically I did, but it wasn't to the quality standard that I wanted it. So I just kind of decided to keep them private. So I'm hoping to try again and put even more work into my stuff.
When do you plan to come back?
I actually don't know. That's a good question. I have a couple video ideas in the making here. I won't spoil any of them, but I have a few ideas in mind. They might be longer term projects, so I'm actually not sure. It could be a month or two in the future. It could be next month, but who knows?
All right. So you do pixel art, and very good pixel art in my opinion. So I'd like to ask what your process is when you make pixel art.
That's that's actually a great question, because I don't have like a set process. I mean, there's kind of two main ways that I do it. One way is kind of like, it's hard to explain this, and this sounds very I'm 14 and this is deep, but it's like when you have a really big emotional moment, like if you're like really angry, or you're like really sad, or maybe even like really happy. It's like taking all of that excess feeling and then just putting that into art. It's not always necessarily like, the art doesn't necessarily reflect the emotion, but just I find the energy from whatever emotion it is great creative fueling. It really gets the brain tingling. My other way is just I just am kind of like, screw it, I'm gonna make some pixel art. I sit down, I start slapping pixels down, and I'm like, hey, that looks pretty good. And it starts looking like something. I go from there. I just throw out a random idea. The funny thing about a lot of my pixel art is it's never really what it's supposed to be in the first place. Like, I'll have like a set idea in mind, and it'll kind of become something different. I still like, I strive for something I consider to be artistic control, where I can like envision something and make that thing. Whereas most times I just kind of like make stuff, but it's not really what I meant to make. But anyways, yeah, that's kind of my process.
So what are your biggest influences as far as the art goes?
As far as aesthetic, I mean, it really varies. I think for me, when it comes to pixel art, like a lot of my technique is inspired by like just games, and that's why I play a lot of like pixel art indie game stuff, because I mean, like, not only not only getting to see the art, but like experiencing it and like moving around in the art is kind of a different experience and a great way to look around and just see other techniques and things that like professional game studios or small game studios. But I mean, in comparison, they're professional, have done with their sort of stuff. I really like. There's a few great free sources on YouTube here. A few great YouTubers that really helped me get like a base foundation in pixel art. And one of them would be Louis Zuno and Mort probably. You can put their channels on screen or something, whatever editing you decides to do.
Don't tell me what to do.
I really like, in terms of artistic inspiration, like the actual art itself, it comes from basically everything: games, movies, real life. Just it's kind of like a culmination of everything you observe and see, and then it just gets like blended up in your mind, and you go, I'm gonna take a little bit of that, I'm gonna grab a little bit of that, I'm gonna pop a little bit of that in there, and you're gonna smash it together, and you're gonna pop that in, and boom, you've got something.
So, do you have a favorite movie?
Do I have a favorite movie? Oh man, that's like picking children here.
Everyone has a favorite child. All right. They'll say different, but they do. They got a favorite one.
I think the closest thing I would have to like a favorite movie franchise kind of thing would probably be Lord of the Rings. But I don't know. Like, I'm willing to watch and enjoy anything. I'm open to try new things. But I would say currently, like, probably one of my ongoing favorites is Lord of the Rings.
What's your biggest regret in life so far?
Oh no, now the cough's coming out. That is an interesting question because I actually don't know. I think my biggest regret on YouTube. My biggest regret on YouTube would probably be not putting enough work into my videos, and being lazy. Procrastination is like one of my biggest weaknesses. Is I'm just a lazy boyo. I'll have all these ideas and stuff for videos, and then I'm just not willing to put the work and effort and time in. And then by the time I actually do, the idea is so old and stale by then. It's like there's no point in making it. So I would say probably procrastination.
After you shaved your head, because people he shoved his head. He shoved his head.
I did shave my head indeed.
Yes.
I mean. Not face revealing me here, but
I'll show his scalp. All right?
Yeah, you'll see
it's
the
on
scalp.
Screen right now. So after you shaved your head, do you have any fears about like your hair not growing back or in the same way it used to? Anything like that?
Actually, surprisingly, no. I didn't really think about that. Actually, I was more just kind of like, okay, going to shave head for funny, haha.
Okay.
There was hardly any thought put into that whatsoever.
I've heard stories of people, they'll like shave their beard in one day. They'll just have a patch that just doesn't grow hair anymore, so they can never grow.
Male pattern balding
is
not going to get me.
What's your favorite video game, since you play a lot of them?
That's an open-ended question. It's gonna be a fun one to answer. All right. Sorry, I just wheeled like 5 feet away from my mic there in my chair. All right. All right, this is gonna be a good one. I can't really answer that question. I don't have a favorite video game. I can
Pick
give
a favorite
you,
child already. Jeez.
I can like slam off the top of my head like a ton of video games that I'm in love with, but like I can't give you the best video game ever because there's no best video game. It's all subjective, and even then.
Well, I said your favorite video game, so.
Okay, my favorite video game.
Changes track. I got one
that I'm playing right now. Maybe?
All right, sure.
My favorite video game that I'm playing right now is I don't know. I mean, I would say I most consistently play Rainbow Six Siege, but like I don't know. Like I honestly, when it comes to video games, I kind of play them for two different reasons. It's either for like the gameplay, which is more like like Siege, where you got like the first person shooter, or you've got more like the other side of stuff, which is like the indie stuff for like the story. And I mean, yeah, for the gameplay, but for like the story and the artistic experience and the soundtrack and stuff. I think one of my favorite games I played last year was a game called Hellblade, which was just creepy and terrifying. And I don't get scared by games, but it's about this Viking lady going through psychosis, and like you've got voices whispering in your ear and stuff, and it's a really nutty game, but I really enjoyed it. And like not often when I play games do I like. I played a lot of games that I just play for the sake of playing them, and I don't really enjoy them. But that game just I was in it the whole time. It was such an experience.
What crime, if you could get away with it, would you do?
Wow, that's a question. I don't know. That's a hard question. That's really hard to answer without seeming extremely incriminating. I'm a good law-abiding citizen, little man. I don't know. I think like in terms of YouTube, I think the coolest crime to be able to break would be copyright infringement, just so you don't have to worry about all the UMG coming after your butt for 3 seconds of music that constitutes its fair use. So it's kind of like the equivalent of a fat Uno reverse card in that area of things. I'd probably go with that.
Now we're having a tone shift. I kind of prepared you with the ninth question, but with this 10th one, it's a dark one. It's like, hey, so what's your deepest, darkest secret that you'd never ever share with anyone ever?
I don't play Minecraft very much anymore. In fact, I rarely ever play Minecraft now.
You monster.
I know. I'm terrible. Lock me away.
Feel
Gamer
shame.
police. You can hear him coming through my door downstairs. Do do do.
Turn around.
Busting through. Oh no.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me. That was a gaming time.
Links to your channel is in the description, so we can eagerly await
Watch all my videos.
your first ever video.